Have you ever wondered how Star Wars movies would be ranked if we only looked at the movie's 87th line of dialogue? Yeah, I haven't either, but we're gonna do it anyway. This list has some fire lines, and others, well, it's Rey, so you know it's bad. Let's get started in dead last with The Rise of Skywalker, right where it belongs. This 87th line is honestly just so bad in so many ways. It happens right here with Rey asking Poe,
"There's a spy?"
Now, what is so bad, you're probably asking? Well, first, it's Rey, and I like hating on Rey because it's fun. It is also not an exciting line, like, in the slightest, and the whole spy thing in this movie was just so bad and useless and utterly terrible. So yeah, it was not a tough choice for me to put this at the very bottom. Next, in 11, is the Clone Wars. The line for this movie is Obi-Wan saying,
"My apologies, young one. It's time for a proper introduction."
Much like the last one, this is very boring, and in terms of awesomeness, it isn't. So why is this line higher than the Rise of Palpatine, you may ask? Well, it is only because Obi-Wan was being civilized. I guess the Clone Wars really was a more civilized age. But yeah, that is the only reason I put it any higher. So let's just move on to number 10, Empire Strikes Back. It is not often that we see Empire Strikes Back ranked so low, but after you see the 87th line of dialogue, you'll probably agree too. That's the 87th line right there. Like, that's it. This is an actual line in the official script. What I do appreciate about this line, though, is how quick it is to the point. Like, Luke wasn't wasting any words here at all. I just hate when people waste my time, but Luke here is nice and quick to the point. When people waste my time, sorry, I'll stop wasting your time now. But see how annoying it is when people waste your time? And that's why I appreciate it gets last or something like that. The 87th line for this one is, "Master Skywalker, I'm from the Resistance." I know Force Ghost Anakin is punching the air after this one. It is a crazy thing that Master Skywalker will only ever refer to Luke and not Anakin. Actually, on second thought, there is one time that a youngling called Anakin Master Skywalker. Well, let's just skip that and go to number 7, which is going to be The Force Takes a Nap. The 87th line of dialogue in this movie happens when Kylo is bullying my ginger brethren Hux.
"I want that nap. For your sake, I suggest you get it."
I've gone over why General Hux is an absolute failure to my kind before, but this here is a big reason. Like, if Kylo says something like this to me, I'm whooping him on the spot. Screw him being a Sith. I ain't letting that slide. But the reason that it is number 7 is because Kylo is actually an awesome villain when he says this, and like, it's a pretty solid threat. Like, I'm gonna tell my kid, I want some chips. For your sake, I suggest you get it. If my dad told me this, I'd probably sprint faster than Usain Bolt to the pantry to get some chip. I feel like he could use this for pretty much anything, and you know what? I'm actually gonna try it. I want some cocaine. Number 6 is Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, take this. Wait for orders.
You're probably saying something like, this is not a good line at all, and guess what? You're right. The reason this is so high is because of this catch by R2. My man has some, what would these be called? Hands, I guess? I don't know. But also, my man R2 is a loyal droid. I mean, look how he does what Obi-Wan asks him to do. Obi-Wan is like, wait here for orders, and R2 is like, yeah, got you, bro. So this line is only high because of R2. And now for number 6 is Solo. This 87th line is short, yet powerful. I don't really know what's actually happening here, but I know one thing, and that Han is right. The way he says, no, it's not, makes me believe that whatever someone else thinks it is, it's not. Like, for example, I was gonna put this in dead last, but then Han was like, so instead, it is now very high up on this list, but it is still not better than the next 4, starting with number 4, Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi has an absolute banger of an 87th line of dialogue.
Splendid. We have been without an interpreter since our master got angry with our last protocol droid and disintegrated him.
This sentence is just too beautiful to me out of context. It might be my love for war crimes or something else, but I mean, when was the last time you heard the sentence, "We have been without an interpreter since our master got angry with our protocol droid and disintegrated him"? It was honestly a very easy pick for 4th, and it's an absolute win, but it is still not better than the top 3. Starting with number 3, Attack of the Clones.
"Oh, you know, Master, I couldn't find a speeder that I really liked."
Anytime moody Anakin says something, you know it's gonna be a good line. And also, this is like literally me. That is something I would totally say, and maybe that's why I love it so much. This honestly just sums up Obi-Wan's and Anakin's friendship so well. These two have so much sarcasm, and I love it all. It really was too bad that Anakin murdered a bunch of children and Obi-Wan deep cooked them in some lava, because those two could have been BFFs forever. But you know, apparently chopping off your friend's limbs makes y'all enemies. Who knew? Anyway, it is time for number 2, Rogue One.
Congratulations. You are being rescued.
I debated putting this at the top of the list, but number 1 is just too good. But this line is one of, if not my favorite lines in Rogue One and maybe Star Wars. There's just something about getting slammed while being told you are being rescued that made me burst out laughing in the movie theater. K2SO is just a brilliant character, and I never knew a robot could have so much emotion built into it. I love everything about this character, and it's too bad it had to end with a dramatic sacrifice, but hey, at least my boy went out strong. He really just fulfilled his arc. Dang, I sound like my English teacher annotating stupid Shakespeare texts. But you get the point. It's funny, so like points. But it's still not better than number 1, The Phantom Menace. The whole entire reason I picked 87 for this video is because of this line right here.
You were right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short.
This clip is just classic. It's beautiful. I mean, what else can I say? It's perfect. Like my channel, please subscribe.